To make the world a shelter is more than the title of an exhibition. To make the world a shelter was Brígida Baltar's very ars poetica, the constant impulsion driving her work. Just for that, Baltar might be considered among the most significant Brazilian artists after Lygia Clark and Hélio Oiticica. Indeed, her work materialized Oiticica's utopic notion of world shelter, mundo abrigo, and in a personal way, she reinvented Clark's legacy, following it in reverse, as rather than making the world an image of her body, Brígida Baltar never stopped using her body as a transitional form so to become, potentially and always, otherness. The instrumental centrality of her body potentiated her oeuvre as an encompassing presence of femaleness. Brígida Baltar approached all of her mediums in order to experience unlimited possibilities of associations and analogies, delving into a full repertoire of hybridity and collision of forms, notably in ceramics, textile, drawings, video, and sculptures. Crustaceous-like shell shapes take the rough and sublime appearance of body parts. An actress drags across the sand as a crab, sheltering herself underneath the earth. Carefully sculpted accumulations of dust adopted the shape of the mountains surrounding the landscape where she lived, up to resembling the morros or hills of Rio de Janeiro. By bringing fragments and dust from the home where she lived in the Botafogo neighborhood of Rio de Janeiro up to the outer world, Brígida Baltar put in action an embracing tactics of dissemination of the self through which loss became again presence, past, future, in a systematic poetics of transfiguration, a conceptualism of affections as once rightly labeled by curator Marcio Doctors. Performance was never for Baltar an end in itself, rather the incarnation of images fluidity always at the service of the intimacy of representation. For that reason, Brígida Baltar's work embodies a contemporary response to a culture of overexposure, as the artist stood rigorously truthful to the minute scale of her objects and images, making sublime, even from sordidissima, the brittle, the despicable, the crumbly. Having gone at the end of her life through the struggle of illness and the violence of medications, Brígida Baltar continued to map her body in the world as such as she was inevitably experiencing the world being mapped on her own body. Her weavings, depicting the abstract shapes of blues on her skin, are moving testimonies of the power of art to overcome the limitations of existence, elegies of her body's glare, and poignant manifestos of her poetic readiness and willingness to accept the wholeness of living. In her own terms, a whirlwind of desires, abstract residues of life, silent music for a glorious wound. Even frail, Baltar never stopped her artistic production. Her last body of work, Sculptures on Bronze, resonates through her abstract, intricate, dazzling complexity as if nascent shapes were signaling her ultimate commitment to metamorphosis, to life beyond life, incarnating as other.